Feel the waning moon, sparkling lights shining at night. Yeah, Grandmother Moon calls. There's a mellow moon coming. It's a blue moon this month. Not about being blue, but it's about being the love that you wish to have in your life. Just be the love. So we come to consult the oracle. 3,000 years, 4,000 years, 5,000 years of philosophy, Taoist thought. The world coming to a place now where the wisdom that is resting with the ancients, it's time that it comes forward, and that's what my translations are about. It's coming into the modern time, right? Coming into the modern time. These translations, you know, watch your mail. I'm gonna be publishing the new Earthy Ching. It's gonna be a little bit different than what you get, but it's gonna be a book that you can buy, and I'm happy about it. But I'm also going to be asking for fundraising to help me get this book self-published. Decided to do it myself with your help. And no worries, the Ching will continue to be free every week, even when the book comes out. Number 40, Chai, unraveling. Boy, doesn't it feel like that sometimes? You know, it feels like sometimes things are just unraveling, coming apart. But you know, that it's important. You know, we got to take things apart sometimes to make them work and put them back together again. And that's what these times are about. So we come to number 40, where we have the upper trigram. Zhen says to shake and to arouse and to inspire and to excite, because there is thunder rising from the earth. And Kan is the lower hexagram, the lower trigram in the hexagram that says we're on to a test. It's a critical time. There's a swift stream flowing through the gorge. Proceed with caution. Yeah. You know, we're headed for a big change in life. You know, we've got to be cautious. Don't believe everything you read in the funny papers. Have your own idea, have your own thoughts as we come into that for ourselves, and we find ourselves in a beautiful place of light and love. As we get to meet our fellows on the road, we get to meet our companions of like mind, and that's what this time is about, because the wisdom says liberation. The heavens release rain. We're talking about energy that's been held back, and the obstacles get washed away, so dig it. Set your intentions well. You know, it's in the morning. Set your intention for the day. In the evening, set your intention for the night. And if you're going to do ceremony, set your intention for that ceremony. We, the earth and her people, her animals, her plants, and her minerals are all in the process of release. It's releasing the old stuff. The stuff that we've been sentimental about it, or the things that were so sticky they wouldn't come off our fingers or come off the soles of our shoes. That old stuff that just gets on like a piece of old chewing gum. You know, got to scrape it off sometimes, and that's what this time is about. You see, the quality and the quantity of energy that abounds now on Earth is coming directly from a rarely tapped universal storehouse. It's becoming possible now for all of us to move out of the old ways of doing those things that we've done over and over again. And in that way, we open to see what the possibilities are for a new way of thinking But it's not only just new, it's a revolutionary way. And man, these are the times for revolution. The open wounds where abuse either comes from your internal judgment or from another person or from society's weird backward rules that have been heaped on you since you were born. They cut into you, man, in a very deep way. And all of this now is in line for healing and for release, and that's what we're looking for. It's in the perfect order for these times right now to recall the abuse, the misunderstandings of the past, and in this you will unravel the knots that have bound you to the past. No reason to be stuck in what was, because we can have the newness of what is. You know, whether we know it or not, there's been a old program running in the background of your life. And you got to go in there and examine it, because you got to throw it out. The door is open for that. That door, once you throw out what's old, it's going to be open so you can bring in new opportunities. My teacher, Mr. Campbell, he said, follow your bliss and the universe opens doors that have been forever closed. And this is what this time is about. Bitterness, guilt, jealousy, that's too much to carry anymore. Let go of your bitterness, let go of your guilt, let go of your jealousy. Pack a very light bag and move on. Don't miss this train, because we call this train Liberation Train. You know, in the 60s, we called flower power what was going on. And that was a crack in the door. Ideas came in, but didn't have the force and strength to carry us all the way through. And so it did collapse at a certain point, but that energy is not lost. You know, it's just there behind the curtain, and it accumulates to the next cycle, and that's where we are in a new cycle. And what is before us now has the focus, strength, and goodness needed to sweep away the old and bring these changes to be. This is an opportunity that must be seized if you want to fulfill your deepest desires and move all of us towards the greater good. Yeah? And we're talking about that. We're talking about being a service and moving in those ways. Yeah, in the tarot, if you're familiar with it, there's a card that is a good fortune, Wheel of Fortune, and it shows a woman, long, beautiful hair, and it said that this woman is bald-headed in back. What it means is it's symbolic that when good fortune or luck is coming your way or opportunities coming your way, grab it by the forelock and bring it to you. Because if you wait, if you hesitate, it's going to pass you by and there'll be nothing for you to grab onto, right? And you're going to be stuck waiting for the next chance, next turn of the wheel. And that might not come for a long time, you know, so that brass ring doesn't stay at the front for very long. Do that, ride that horse and take the brass ring. All right, for many of us, it really is true that there's been abuse. There's been physical abuse, there's spiritual abuse, emotional abuse. You know, it could be personal, it could be from society that's affected you and your journey forward. Well, now's the time to recognize this and to forgive yourself and to release others that you've been holding in bondage, right? Be ready to seize all the good that's coming your way. And when we talk about that, it's about, you know, we have energy, and without knowing, we might be holding somebody in a prison, you know, and we don't really realize it. And take a look and see about the people in your life that you may not be giving your love to, you might be holding back. There's not a time to hold back. You see, deliverance is at its beginning now. And you are contemplating great moves in your life, and that's what we're doing right now, you see, because that's the time for us to be bold and to take the risk. No risk, no growth, and that's the truth. You perceive that you have been surviving and keeping your head above water. Now's the time to swim to shore, to dry off, partake of the libation that awaits you, and jump headfirst into the new opportunities that are about to be or already have been presented. You've asked for it, and now it's here. All tribe people, this has been good work. Your efforts now are to leave past influences from the abuse that has been influencing you on your path and on your journey. May have been self-abuse. It doesn't matter. There's no blame, no guilt. With truth, integrity, and courage, you're going to find your way suddenly changing for the better. It's magic. We can call it that. We can call it alchemy, which opens you up to your own personal power, the remembering of who you are and your authentic self. Despite the grim picture of total control the corporate media is projecting, oh God, we are each of us right now in the energy of deliverance, and don't doubt it. Exercise self-love and generosity of spirit and replace the burden of negative thoughts and feelings with that old loving kindness that's just there for us to have it. Yeah, there's a time for the generosity of spirit, and replace the negative thoughts with this idea of kindness and love. Have compassion for our earth, Gaia and all her beings. She's going through some changes too. And the actions of Mother Earth, if you watch her, will guide you in releasing your own inner wisdom. I mean, look at the weather. Look at how it's changing, and we got to roll with the change and make our life work for the better and to help to support the rest of our brothers and sisters on this road less traveled. I know you've heard this call before. So now's the time to listen and to go for it. Put the words from the old oracle into your daily activities and into your meditation. Trust of no one but yourself is called for now. You got the information. Do it. You've attended the lectures, read the books, taken the classes, done what you can do. And now you've done enough. So trust yourself, what you've learned, and what your strength is. And you've incarnated at this time, and you can muster all the courage that you have to cut these knots that have bound you, the Gordian knots. The knots may have their root in childhood or from old relationships. It could be from last year, or it could be yesterday. It could be a few minutes ago. But cut the bonds that have bound you, held you in irons. Just know that the past, it doesn't really exist, because all we have is right now. No future, no past. And now is what makes the future beautiful. If we fill our now with love and compassion and kindness, right? You're going to be letting some people go along the way. You're going to let some old ideas go. And you're going to start to heal the old wounds. This is what liberation and deliverance is about. That's what we're talking about. Don't walk in other people's moccasins, man. Be yourself. Don't judge their stuff. Don't judge what people are doing, because dig it, that's their stuff. It's not yours. And now we're on this ride. I call it a train, a dynamic train, a thrilling, sexy, loving, and bright train. And that's what this time is about. It's about open to the lovingness of these times. And there we are, right? There we are. And there we are coming into freedom. So go outside, feel the waning moon. It's about to be bright, sparkling lights, those shining at night. Look at those shadows, because Grandmother Moon is calling you. And that's what we got. And that's where we're going. So open up to that place in our light of life. That's where we're coming. And for us now, it's time for us to blow every note that we know. Every note that we know, to help to make these changes that are coming right now. So remember the words of the oracle. Listen to this one again. Again, I'm going to remind you about this fundraiser that I'm doing to publish the New Earth I Ching, and I'm really going to need your help. So you get some information about that. You know, help me out with a little bit of energy, a little bit of money, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whatever you can do to help this. And like I said, the I Ching, the weekly I Ching, will remain like it is, free and coming as it is and as it has for the last 10 years. Wow, I can hardly believe it. Time flies when you're having a good time. So I send you all the love that I can possibly muster down here at the 20th parallel. Seeing the flat seas, feeling the warm winds, and knowing that it's a time for us to love ourselves, to let the moon shine on us, and to be the ones that we want to be, the ones who we see are our mentors and our teachers, and we tune that into our own self as we care for our soul and we care for the life inside. So I leave you with the Mayan phrase down here of greeting and goodbye, which is in Lakesha Lakin, and it means I am the other you. And that's about what it is about. We see our fellows on the road, we see our sisters, our brothers on the road, and we take the walk and meet them, and we, tip our hat, bow our head, and say, in Lakesha Lakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. Yes, I do. Be the love that you desire. Teach your children well. This new generation is going to be the foundation of this new earth. And man, for the sake of all of us, love the one you're with. Yeah. Namaste, y'all. Namaste, my brothers. Namaste, my sisters. Namaste to all of us who walk together on this road less traveled. Don't walk through the rocks that are there. Just walk around them and find your way home. I'll be there. I tip my hat to Mr. Ken Nordine. Yeah, keep the love light shining. And smile at the ones on the road. And don't be afraid to walk up to somebody and say, I want to meet you. I want to know you. Who are you? Your light is shining so bright that I want to know who you are. I want to know what's going on that makes your light so bright. And likely you will not get rejected. You'll get a smile and some good conversation. But that's what we've got to do now with our brothers and sisters on the road. We've got to let them know that you're one too. I'm one too. Here we go. Namaste, my sisters and brothers. Be exactly who you are and don't let anybody take you off that train.